Hello and welcome to the first day of Inktober. I'm Lilith for Fuchstanz and I'm glad you're here. This year I've decided to make videos on top of finishing my prompt lists, and I don't know how many videos I'm going to finish, but I'm trying to at least get a few out. So the first prompt I did was nosebleed. And by the way, I'm following the official list and one by Micron. I will link his channel or his Instagram down below so you can check it out. So for the first real illustration, I wanted to keep it simple with the nosebleed just being that. And yeah, my goal is to mostly use liners or my fountain pens for the shading, because usually I tend to use ink washes and I want to do some different stuff this year. I don't know if I will stick with it, but for now I want to focus on the line work and line weight, I guess. The first thing I was using is a Lamy fountain pen and fine tip. As you can see, I changed that really quickly because I felt like the tip was a bit too thick for starting off this painting, so I was rummaging through my pens and I got out a Micron pen and another fountain pen I have that is a bit finer, I think. Also, I want to apologize for blocking a lot of the footage with my hand. It's really hard to try and figure out a good angle where you can see it all and have the whole picture in it, but I'm still learning, so I'm sorry if some of the footage is blocked by my hand. First I was going over my lines, just basically lining it and filling out some darker areas and adding lines and shades. Also, I want to mention that I sped up the footage a bit because I didn't want to leave you with a 40-minute video to start off, just me trying to line this piece. As for Inktober, I think I did it every year for 3 or 4 years now, and I finished it every time. And I know that's not the important part of the challenge, it's more the part of getting exercise and improving your skills and just staying on top of something you want to achieve. So if you started Inktober and you feel like you can't finish it, I don't think you should feel bad. It's about just improving yourself, and maybe it's that you want to become faster, so if you get faster in the end, even if you didn't finish it, I think that's a good accomplishment. For me, I typically don't do line work anymore. I used to do it a lot back in my days, but for now I usually just go with colors and a line-less look, even if I sometimes will add line work in the end, but starting it out with line work and choosing the line weight is quite a difficult task, I feel, because you can't just add a color in to kind of masquerade that you're lacking in certain aspects, I guess. So this is quite a challenge, and I don't know if I will be happy with all my pieces, but at least I'm going to try, and yeah. For finishing Inktober, I feel like you should at least set yourself up for success and not plan to make these very intricate big illustrations, because it will bite you in the ass, I guess, if you start with, I don't know, like an A4 piece every day that you want to finish with intricate line work and a proper motive. So I guess setting yourself up for success is starting with a basic idea, and for me that is choosing one or two prompt lists that I really like, that I can follow, and that will give me a sort of guideline I can follow, so I don't feel lost in the end, and I don't lose myself in finding to try and get a brand new idea every day when you can just rely on good prompt lists. So the first prompt I had was, like I said, nosebleed, and I think I finished one of Micron's prompt lists last year or the year before, and the first one was nosebleed as well, I think. And it's such an easy, and it's bad to say, I guess, comfort topic, but it really is simple for me to get in that mind space and draw something good with this prompt. So I was glad it was the first one, because I just could easy breezy whip up some illustration and line it. And I feel when you start slow or with a more easy topic, it's setting you up for success. Like if I started with a super intense illustration, I would have felt so lost if the next one wasn't as good. So when you start small, you can only build on top of it, or just go with the same level of exhaustion. Because doing a 31-day challenge is quite challenging, and I hate to see people who beat themselves up because they can't finish it or they can't do all days, and that's just sad to me, because that's not the important part of this challenge. It's what you make of it, and if you want to improve and get faster, or if you just want to do the whole challenge, just set yourself up to do maybe 15 minutes a day, so you can do a 15-minute illustration every day and finish it in your own time. It shouldn't feel hard or like a task you have to do, because in the end you'll just burn yourself out and hate this challenge. So just do it at your own pace and at your own motivation, I guess. And if you don't feel like it on a certain day, don't do it, or just do a simple sketch in 5 minutes, just so you can check it off and say, okay, I did it on this day too, even if I didn't feel like it. But don't force yourself to make these big illustrations. Like I said, don't start with a really huge canvas. Just start small and continue from there, if you feel like adding a bit more time into your illustrations, if you can. As for me, I hope I will get better with my line work, as I said, and challenge myself with these videos. I hope it's not going to stay with just one. I really wanna make a few, and I hope I can manage it. I always feel a bit stupid making videos because the editing and doing the voiceover is a bit hard for me because it's so out of my comfort zone. So I hope you guys will like this video, and maybe if it becomes a series that you will like it. But yeah, if you have any questions or concerns you want me to address, I guess you can leave them below or message me on my Instagram, which is also Fuchstanz, and I will try to address it. Maybe it would be interesting to go over certain materials I'm using or the pens which I use, I guess. But let me know if you wanna see something like that. The only ink wash I really used was this Pentel brush pen in grey. I can link it down below if I find it, but I felt like this illustration needed a little bit more depth because it was so plain, and I guess I kind of copped out of making it just line work, but hey, whatever makes it work. For bigger areas I want to fill in, I will use my brush pen because I don't want to use up my pens and just scratch away and get a blank canvas. It's just easier to use a brush pen and fill the area and then use my pens. Here you can see me rub off the masking fluid, and yeah, then I'm just using a paintbrush with some red ink by Rohrer&Klingner to add the nosebleed, which is the only color I've added, just to add this pop of color, I guess, and make it stand out a bit, because after all it is the prompt I chose for this day. And I even colored in the necklace because I thought that would be another cool pop of color. My last step, I guess, was to add the Molotov liquid chrome to the metal pieces and all the piercings I've added, just to give it another point of interest for me in person. When I look at it on a scan or on a picture, I don't think you can really see that I added a chrome color, but hey, it's the little things that make it fun for me. And I guess that concludes my video for Inktober Day 1. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I will see you all soon in a new video if I chose to make one. Bye!